This is the average if function, and the average if function is used to calculate the average of values within a cell range based on criteria that we add into the function. I'm in the portfolio summary worksheet, and I'm summarizing the data that exists in the investment detail worksheet. And for this exercise, we're going to calculate on average how long have we owned investments that are classified by these investment types. So if we click on the portfolio summary worksheet, we're going to see on average how long have we owned investments that are classified as bond ETFs, stock ETFs, so on and so forth. So I'm going to click cell C3, type the equal sign. The function name is average if, and then I will type in open parentheses. The first argument, the range argument, this is where the function is going to look to find a match to the criteria that's entered into the criteria argument. So we're going to highlight the range in the investment detail worksheet that contains the investment type. So I'm going to begin by clicking cell B5, and I'm going to highlight down to cell B34. So I'm adding some cell capacity into this function. So in case additional data is added into this worksheet, that data will be included in the function output. And we'll just go ahead and move this tip box up. The next thing I'm going to do is tap the F4 key on my keyboard. I want to make sure there's an absolute reference on the cell range. I don't want relative referencing changing that cell range when the function is copied and pasted. Going to type a comma. Now I'm going to define the criteria. The criteria is in the portfolio summary worksheet. So I'm clicking on the portfolio summary worksheet tab, clicking on cell A3. So the first thing the function is going to look for is the entry in cell A3, which is the bond ETF, typing a comma. The next argument is the average range. This is the range that contains the values the function will use to calculate the average output. So I'm going back into the investment detail worksheet, highlighting the range 05, and again, keeping that same capacity going down to 034. And that looks good, and we'll scroll up so we can see the data. Now I'm going to tap again the F4 key. So again, you want to make sure that when you're adding these ranges, you have an absolute reference on the range so they don't change when the function is copied and pasted. I'm going to type a closing parentheses, and then I'm going to tap the Enter key. That brings me back to the portfolio summary worksheet, and we can see on average for investments that are classified in the bond ETF category, we've owned them for 44 months. So I'm going to go back and click on cell C3. I'm going to click the copy button. I'm going to highlight the range C4 down to C7, clicking the down arrow of the paste button, and I'm going to select the formulas option. This way I don't change this border at the bottom of row 7. And now I can see on average how long I have owned the investments for each one of our investment categories. And that is how you use the average if function.